What's up, YouTube? It's your boy D Wayne bringing you another video at this time. Sorry I've been gone for so long, but I've just been going through so many things in my life. Basic life difficulties and all that other crazy stuff. So basically I'm going to be talking to you guys about the ban list. Basically that's the hot topic right now. So I'm going to go into a little bit about that, give you my thoughts, and also I'm going to give you a deck profile for the bujins. So basically I'm going to do the profile first, and then I'm going to talk to you about what I think about the ban list. Alright? So let's get straight into it. Alright, first we have 3 Bujin Yamatos. He is the focal point of the deck. The deck revolves around him. You have to have him in your deck in order to activate certain effects of the other monsters in the deck. He also searches and discards. He does everything to make your deck move around. So without him on the field, you definitely will have a hard time playing with the deck. So he's very important. So that's him. 3 Bujin Cranes. Essentially the honest of the deck, of course. You attack into Bujin Yamato, you get Crane, double the attack, he becomes 36. And your monster's butt hurt, and you lose a good chunk of your life points. So basically simple to the point Crane. Also, honest combos well with the Crane, of course, to get you a possible TK. Especially when you have Susano on the field and you're on the attack. Basically attack with Susanos. Especially when you maybe attacking into a 3000 monster attack. Activate your honest, you gain your 3000. And plus the double on top of the Crane. So he's 48, 3000, that's 78. So basically, and Susano attacks all your monsters, all the opponent's monsters once each. So he's attacking into a whole bunch of monsters and dealing a lot of life points into a possible TK, of course. So that's why he's important for this deck. 3 Bujin Cumulants. Basically smashing ground, Space Typhoon, anything for face-up cards when he's in the graveyard. And you control Yamato or whatever, he pops face-up cards. So that's why he's so important. They gave him a super rare status for that purpose. Just pops anything face-up. Unless it can't be destroyed by card effects, but that's pretty good. Next, 3 turtles. Basically your negation for any effect that targets Bujin monsters while he's in the graveyard. He negates. And basically he doesn't destroy. He'd be broken if he destroyed, but he only negates. But to balance that, you can activate this effect more than once per turn. So if you have 3 of them in the graveyard, you can negate 3 targeting effects in that one turn. So he's a really good card to have. 2 Bujin Wards. He's good because basically while he's in defense, he protects your Bujins from being destroyed by card effects. And now that we're in basically a 3 Mirror Force format now, so he's going to be good to protect your Yamatos, your Susanos, basically to make their plays off and do their attacks and stuff without being feared of being hit by Mirror Forces. So he's actually gotten better. Really good. Tech choices. 2 Lightweight Graphics. He's good to set up the Bujin Carnation plays, in that he discards a light to banish a light from the deck. So basically, if you have this in Bujin Carnation, this gets off the field for whatever reason, your opponent's left with monsters, you activate your Bujin Carnation, you special summon, and then you make your plays from here. So it's a good tech choice. Last text, 2 bears. You guys already know about bears because we have tankies. They hit the tankies. It doesn't actually affect the deck too much because 2 is actually still really good. So 2 bears. Alright, that's it for the monsters. Let's go for the traps. First we have 2 Bujin Regalia the Swords. 3 Bujin Regalia the Swords. Very important card as well, as it helps you get your Yamatos from the grave, get your Qlings, your turtles from the removal from play back to the graveyard so they can be used again. And also if you have your Cranes in the graveyard, if you use them during the turn, You can activate your crane, activate this, get your cranes back during the battle step, and then during the damage step, activate your cranes again. So it's a very, very good card, because it's very surprising. Very good card. 2 cylinders. Essentially, this is going to be a trap-heavy format, so of course you're going to be running plenty of traps. 2 cylinders. Why not? For that little extra added protection. Essentially, it negates the attack, and opponent takes damage to the monster's attack. And it's essentially free to use, so I'm just running them at 2 for now. So, you guys already know. 200 of Bat Phantom Beast. Both offensive and defensive, of course. Powers up by 800. Get an extra draw when it destroys a monster by battle. Why not? 1 Dark Bribe. Spell and trap negation. And 1 Bottomless. Obviously, it got hit. Restricted to 1. So that's Bottomless. Alright, that's it for the monsters. Spells. 2 bujin carnations. So what I was telling you about with the lightweight grapple. This is what it sets up. Essentially, when your opponent controls a monster, you control no monsters. Target 1 bujin monster in your graveyard and 1 banished. Special summon of targets cannot be used as a speed material. For an XZ summon, tap for an XZ summon of a beast, beast warrior, winged beast type monster. Susano is beast warrior, so it works fine. And that's basically that. This is basically for free. You don't have to pay any light points or anything like that. So basically, you activate special summon, and then you go into your place from there. It's a great card. 2 Tenkis, of course, to search for your Yamatos. Got hit by the list, restricted to 2. 1 Burial from a different dimension. Another card to help reuse effects again, like with Bujin Regalia, the sword. Essentially, you get your 3 removed from play, whatever monsters you have in there, put them back to the grave, so you can reuse them all over again. Then you have your staples, 2 Smashing, 1 Dark Hole, 2 Power Dualities, and 2 Space. Alright, that's it for the deck. Let's go to the extra deck. I run 3 Bujin Susano Oops. The beast of the deck for the most part. Essentially, his effect is 2 level 4 beast Bujin monsters. This card can attack all your monsters. All your opponent monsters control once each. Once per turn, you can attach 1 XZ material from this card. Take 1 Bujin monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. You can only control 1 hand. So basically, you can discard a material, add a crane to hand, or send a turtle or a Q-Link to the graveyard. Which is not bad. It's 24 with Tenki 25. Honest, whatever the attack of the opponent's monster is. Q-Link, the crane becomes 48 and can attack all your monsters. So essentially, this is your OTK potential right here in this card. Alright. Destroy by opponent's card. Battle card effect since your graveyard draw 1 card. So it's good to we got 2 Tiger Kings. Essentially, I run the 2 bears, of course. So, of course, you guys already know what the Tiger King does. Get your negates the effects of all the opponent's monsters. Get your search upon summoning and 3 Fire Fists to switch summon 2 level 4 stuff. Alright, that's it for the deck. Deck's actually pretty solid, consistent. because of the dualities and all that other crazy stuff. Many different ways to get to, reuse and search for your monsters all over the place. Whether they're banned, or rather removed, or in the graveyard, return back to the hand. It works all ways, except for field clearing cards, which you can't stop. Other than that, it protects itself fairly well. I like the deck. Actually, it's actually really good. Alright, so that's basically that. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the ban list. Probably the thing that I'm sad about the most is that Dragoons and neither got hit. It sort of brings a tear to my eye, because you guys already know from my first video, I love my Dragon Rule Atlantean decks. Dragoon was definitely one of the key cards in that deck, so it got hit. So basically I had to sort of improvise on that, throwing cards that can, reuse the cards, send them back to the deck, like Cloud of Benevolence and Aquamarine Circle, stuff like that. So basically I had to work around it so I can still reuse the cards and stuff. So probably the biggest thing is that the baby dragons got hit. They got banned, period, which essentially kills the entire deck. Along with Super Rejuve getting hit to 1. So basically the entirety of the Dragon Ruler deck is dead. So basically they can be put into any other deck that can support the attribute, or basically work well. Like specifically, a title can work with the Atlanteans, of course, the Mermills and Ice Barriers, and you have Redux that can work as psychics, Machinas, Gadgets, Katakutis, and then you have Blaster that can work at Fire Fists, Fire Kings, and Lavos. Then you have Tempest that can work in Gusto, Dragoonity, and Harpies. So, or they can be splashed into other decks that can, support the attribute that doesn't necessarily require the entire attribute. So, however you want to work them, they can work if you just aren't using babies to special summon. And that's that. So, Super Juvie being hit to 1 as well. So basically, Heretic decks will basically be the only deck that can use that card. That's that. Spellbook of Judgment got banned. 2 broken of a card. It had to get hit. That basically brings the Spellbook deck back to pre-Lord of Tachyon Galaxy. It's still a viable deck. You just minus 1 Judgment. You still have Master, still have Secrets, you still got the Magician, so you're still getting your searches off regardless. You're just not plussing off. It is what it is as far as that's concerned. Where else? Gauze is up to 2. That's interesting because I've always been so used to running him at 1, and see him be brought back up to 2. That's interesting. Plague Spreader and Mizuki are up to 2. I guess they're preparing for the next deck where the zombies are going to be running crazy, because the next pack is going to have a bunch of zombie support. So now we have Plague Spreader and Mizuki at 2, so it's going to be a large deck now. It's going to be probably one of the popular decks. Also in the next pack, kind of getting off of the ban list for a second, there's going to be another set of bujins that's going to be coming out to even more support these, because they're already cheesy enough as it is. So they're going to get even more cards now. They're going to get another Beast Warrior and his set of pieces to go with him. So I already play test the deck and doing that works. The deck is beast, because you're going to get a little watered down Magic Cylinder. You're going to get a Piercer. You're going to get basically an enemy controller in monster form. It's just the deck is going to get even more crazy. Alright, just getting off to that, back onto the ban list. What else got hit? That I want to talk about, actually. Felix Ally Birdman got hit. So I guess I was hearing about this loop with Miss Valley, the field spell card that they're supposed to have with the Jealous Ally Birdman. I guess it lets you swarm all kinds of things and stuff like that. I think it's Miss Valley Birdman and one of the Genix monsters that let you, I guess, special summon. You get a search, and then you synchro for 7 and get your Arcanites all over the place, and ancient fairy dragons, and then Xeon and all that other crazy stuff. So I guess I can understand why that got hit. It slows down that combo. So that is what it is. Whatever. Uh, what else? I don't know. I think all in all, the ban list was okay. Because basically it makes people be more creative now. It forces people to be more creative, which is good. Because it's gonna be back row heavy. So you got 3 space, so you better make use of those 3 spaces. Because there's no heavy, no monster reborn. Bottoms got dropped to 1. Kapos got dropped to 1, which is a bunch of crazy stuff. It's probably the biggest mass banning in a long time. So hey, you gotta be willing to adjust or stay out of the game for a few formats until all that stuff comes back. But other than that, if you're gonna get back into it, get back into it. Alright, so that's basically my thoughts. It's okay. Stuff I like to see stay got hit, which is fine. Somebody's gonna get heartbroken at some point in time. So I'm no exception to that rule. Alright, so that's basically it. That's basically the video, my thoughts on everything. So basically I'll be bringing you more videos in the future. Alright, so until then, YouTube, peace.